Angélica, Jazmin, María Guadalupe, Ángel Gabriel, Blanca Elizabeth, Neftalí, Alejandro, Jorge Eduardo, Adriana, Montserrat, Diana, Bill, here, Laura Alejandra, here, and Eva, here. Good. So before we start with this one job, please you take a picture. Before we start with this one, today we're going to see other videos. But yesterday I uploaded a video to the group related with the constructivist theory, and some of you started like to do or give your comments, right? I already read all of the comments that you post, and all of them that were kind of very interesting point of views. But some of you didn't participate, and I said that you have to participate, all of you. What is your opinion about that? Did you watch the video? It was just a video like 4 minutes kind of, and you're going to spend like maybe 5 minutes or less answering. So the ones that comment, thank you for your participation. The ones that didn't do it, please, the purpose of this is that you really can participate and you can see the opinions of all of your classmates. Sometimes you can agree or maybe you don't agree with their opinions, but it's part of the process of learning something. And the video was like, so you can see how you can apply the structure in a classroom. As Heido mentioned, he doesn't agree like exactly and Lorraine with the theory because they consider that it has like good points, but they need like something else. And some of you, you told or you wrote that you agree, that you really like it, that you really like to apply this theory. So all of you have like a different point of view. So that's interesting, and that's the interesting part of like this kind of participations. So please, every time that I ask to do something, do it. It's for you, it's not for me, right? So thanks for your participation to all of you who, the ones who did it, right? So do you remember what was the video that you saw at home yesterday, or I don't know when you saw the video, but I think that yesterday. Do you remember what was the video about?
Yes.
Yes. Alan, can you tell me?
Well, it tells what constructivism is about and how we as teachers can apply in a classroom and giving students like situations about problem solving in which they can interact among them, and in order to like find answers to or to solve problems, and they can like construct information by themselves.
Exactly. Yes. If you remember to the ones that watched the video was presenting like a situation with a teacher that he had like a problem. So someone helped to this teacher using this theory in the classroom, right? So the majority of you told me that you like it, the theory. Do you consider that, or do you still have like the same idea that it is one theory that it can be like good for your classes? Or what is your opinion in this moment after reading all of the opinions from the rest of your classmates? It is still the same, Adriana?
Yes, this is an option, teacher, because it depends on the topic we want to offer students. It depends on the topic.
Exactly. So as Haida and some of you mentioned, it's going to yes depend on the topic. You can apply this theory that is just one of the theories that we have seen. And I don't know if you have noticed, but probably we sometimes apply the different theories depending on the topics that we are teaching at that moment, right? Sometimes we can like use like this one that is from the Piaget or Brunner or whatever, and then sometimes you can apply something different, right? So it's going to be depending on the kind of topic that you are teaching. Sometimes in just one class you're going to apply like all of them. So if you can see all of these theories, you can use them. It's not just these theories that, yes, I need to know the information because I have like to pass the exam, but unconsciously you apply this in your classes. Maybe you don't know that this is constructivism or this is behaviorism or something like that, but you apply them, right? So you use them. It's not something that just one guy invented because he or she didn't know what to do at that time. It's because you have like reasons, they have reasons to say these kind of things, and you use them very frequently. Maybe you are not conscious that I'm going to use this theory in my classroom because of this and this and this. But you do it like in a natural form, right? So we're going to finish today with the topic of Brunner. Yesterday you were reading, and yesterday you were making comments about the reading, and then today I'm going like to play a video that is very short video so you can like summarize all of the information that you already have in your beautiful minds related with this. So we're going to finish today with this topic so we can close this and we can continue with something else, right? So far, before I start with this, what is the theory about Brunner's? It's easy, we have seen this like for 3 days. Learning is an active process. Yes, what else? Categorization. What about categorization? That is the main point about this theory. What about categorization?
Everything, all the processes are categorized.
That everything that you see for the first time, because of your background, you start like to categorize something, right? Yesterday we were seeing in the reading something related with a car. That the version or the idea that we have about a car is that it has 4 wheels, like a normal car that we already know. But if we see something that is a car but it doesn't belong like to the same definition, we tend like to discriminate until we already have the knowledge that yes, we can have different kind of cars in this moment, right? That a car not all the time is going to be like the one that we already know. So we start like to discriminate and to categorize everything by color, by purpose, I don't know, depending on the kind of thing that you are receiving or the information that you are receiving in that moment, right? Something else that you want to add about this theory? Do you agree with this, man? We categorize everything?
Yes.
Yes? All the time? Unconsciously?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So we're going like to summarize this. You're going to be like in a very brief form, one more time. What is this about? So we can conclude with this one. And you can be ready for your quiz. Today's quiz? You want it today?
No.
Alejandra, can you see it? Just let me play it and I move.
Brunner is an influential psychologist and a founding father of constructivist learning theories. He earned his PhD from Harvard University in 1947 and later became a professor there. During this time, he also worked for the United States Army as a social psychologist, where he observed public opinion on war and social attitudes. In 1963, he received a Distinguished Scientific Award from the American Psychological Association, and later in 1965 served as their president. Throughout the years, Jerome Brunner has written 44 books. One of his earlier books, called Toward a Theory of Instruction, in his book, Jerome Brunner said, "We teach a subject not to produce living librarians on that subject, but rather to get a student to think for himself, to consider matters, to take part in the process of knowledge getting. Knowing is a process, not a product." The Culture of Education was a landmark text that had direct influence on U.S. policy during the 1990s and is still relevant today. Brunner's philosophy on spiral learning curriculum suggests that learners return to basic ideas on a frequent basis as new subjects and concepts are gradually increased with difficulty over time. The big idea behind Jerome Bruner is that students need to understand the meaning and to learn, as opposed to simply memorizing. His theory on spiral learning revolves around understanding human cognition in a step-by-step learning process, which is then relied on by interaction and experience to form intuition and knowledge. Basically, what one learns is through repeated experience. Discovery learning is important to this theory because it allows students to build on their current knowledge. There are 3 stages of representation in Bruner's theory: enactive, iconic, and symbolic. Classroom management, viewed from the perspective of discovery learning or constructivist theories, states that it's an active process so that learners build upon knowledge that they already have. It may appear a little chaotic at first. However, students are inquiring and discovering, and they're active in their learning. As Brewer once stated, understanding is like discovering. The instructional approach to this theory is to have teachers encourage their students and learners and to aid and allow them discovery of their main objectives. Communication between teacher and student is a key concept. Additional instructional approaches for the teacher are to help the learner to focus on the goals and tasks at hand, showing relevancy. Additionally, emphasize learning motivated by interest. Students are more apt to learn meaning when they are interested in the subject. Bruner's spiral learning theory can be applied to many different curriculums. Students build and construct new knowledge and control their own process of learning, while teachers give input and structure to the appropriate learning environments of the learner. Since Bruner's theory is based off of continuous knowledge being built up over time, the instructional problem that is not addressed is what happens when learning takes place over a short period of time.
All right. So, tell me, what is the main idea of this video? What is talking about this video? Besides the life of Bruner, it's talking about the theory or the points, the points of view that he has related with learning. What about this?
The students need to understand the information instead of memorizing.
Exactly. That's one very important point.
Here we can also find the difference between learning and acquisition, because in the video they say they acquire knowledge when they interact, or when teachers let them explore.
Exactly.
So in that way, the knowledge is more significant for students. They don't have just memorized like this all the information. So besides, they understand them because they discover them.
Exactly. Yes, Alejandro. Something else that you want to add to this one?
There's something that is true that we learn because of experiences. If we repeat our experiences, we learn more and more. And if this experience have a meaning, that's why we learn.
Okay. Good. Something else?
I think if teacher let the student to discover by themselves, then it's going to be more meaningful. So I think that's constructivism. Like they build everything by themselves, like their experiences and knowledge.
Exactly. So, something else that you want to add? Now, do you remember how did you learn English?
Yes.
Yes. How was it?
For example, in my case, I learned listening, watching
By your.
by myself.
Okay. So you start like to construct your
Yes.
learning.
Then when I realized that I like it, I started to searching for more information, books.
All right. Good. Someone else? How did you learn English?
When I got involved in language, I started before getting the major, but they was like, I couldn't really communicate. I knew the rules and all that stuff, but I couldn't really communicate.
Okay.
But once I started the major, so all the subjects were in English, so I was more forced to understand and use the language.
Okay.
So that way it's when
Good. The ones that who were in propedéutico. You. All of you, do you consider that the subjects that they were taught at that moment, you have like to construct your knowledge, or just the teacher provide everything to you?
No, we have to experience some activities, so we could develop the language.
Okay. Like, for example, what kind of activity?
For example, in speaking, we have to develop some activities like giving directions or being in a restaurant or those kind of activities that make you to realize that you're going to face some problems when you're speaking in English.
All right. So you have like to solve that situation where you have like to be the customer and the waitress or whatever.
But there were some other situations that the teachers gave us everything.
Okay.
And we just, she wanted us to write, or answer some exercises, but she gave us everything.
Okay. But for example, in the writing process, do you construct your own knowledge when you are writing, or you are writing because you have to, or writing, what is it for you? Is something that you can construct or not?
Yes, it's a process.
Yes. How to write? It's a process.
It's a process, but we have to construct our information. Maybe the teachers were just like the guide.
Exactly. When every time that you write an essay for all the subjects that you have been through, you are constructing your information because, for example, writing is that a process that is going to be done by you, right? The teacher maybe is going to show you how you have to write the main topic or what is a conclusion or whatever, but you really are the one who write the letter or the essay or whatever you are doing at that moment, right? So, let's see. Do you remember that we have seen through 3 different men talking about this theory? What was the first one? Or who was the first one? Piaget. And then? And this is the last one, right? Do you remember something about Piaget? What is the difference between these 3 men? The stages. For example, Piaget talk about what? They are talking about something similar, that they had like to construct the learning, right? But what is different?
But when the students interact with other, it was not humanistic. Like they learn from other.
Exactly.
Another more skill.
Yes, another that was with more skills. What else do you remember related with Piaget? Do you remember that we watched like some videos where you were seeing how every stage from Piaget? What do you remember about these videos or about these stages?
I remember that he focused like only in how babies and kids are learning all the process of how they acquire information.
Exactly. Piaget concentrated